It's time for the Tech Informist. Welcome to episode 46, recorded live Wednesday, the March 18th, 2015. I'm your host, Kevin Arbell. I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, JJ Hammond. JJ, how are you today?
Guess what day it is? Mike. It's hump. All right, I'm doing really good, man. I'm doing good today. Today is what I do and don't like days. What I don't like is rich kids calling people peasants. What I do like is our friggin' chat room
Yeah.
and our listeners and everybody for how cool they are for us 99 percenters. Okay, Kevin, I'm ready to rock this mother. Let's have a good show. I just want to say thank you again to everybody who is listening, and we have a lot of fun doing this with you. All right.
Yes. We love the feedback. We love the community that is continuing to grow on a fairly regular basis. It's going up. I love it. I love when new listeners find the show and then they go back and listen to prior shows and give us feedback from that, and it's good. Really love it. Would also love if people would go to iTunes and leave a review of the show there, so other people, when they're doing searches or they see the sweet logo that that we've had created, when they see that and they say, "Ooh, what's this?" and then they can click on that and see, "Ooh, there's reviews. Well, what are there other people saying about the show?" That's the kind of stuff that we like. So please leave a
Kevin,
review.
I want to say that we do other things besides the Tech Informists. So, like, we have the techinformist.com, or for those who are too lazy, techinformist.com. What else is on this site, and what else do we do?
Well, from time to time, we'll give our own personal opinions and thoughts on things in technology, whether it's a company, Samsung, for example, or Microsoft, if you're doing something good, doing something bad, or just other opinions on specific devices without necessarily going into doing a full review of a device. But we also do device reviews, application reviews. We're still kind of like building up some of that content because there's only so many hours in the day. And
It really is. Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy that likes getting sleep, so it's a nice fine line.
How dare you try to get
I
sleep?
know, it's crazy.
So how can
shows?
yes, how can people support the show, and where would they go to do that?
Different ways that people can support the show is simply going to thetechinformist.com/support. There is also there's a PayPal subscription area similar to the growing world of like Patreon. Many people know Patreon and what that is. It's like crowdfunding for podcasters, video creators, and etc. like that. I mean, GeekBeat TV has a Patreon. Tom Merritt with the Daily Tech News Show, he does Patreon. So that's how they fund a lot of their programs and things like that. That when they're not given devices, they buy things and can help do giveaways. So yeah, we've got that going on, and we've got a bunch of different levels, ranging from just if you're just a listener and you just want to say, "Ooh, I can do $1 a month," that's okay, or 5 or 10 or 20, and then we also have options for companies or in businesses that would like to possibly advertise or sponsor the show. If you would hop in, and you've got an option to do for the website. You've got an option to do for the show itself, and then there's like a quote-unquote complete package there available for companies to sponsor or advertise. So you can do that, and then we also have a Teespring campaign going for long and short sleeve T-shirts. So we would really appreciate going over and doing a pre-order. If we make our goal, they get printed. So with everybody that has already kind of like pre-ordered and said that they want to buy a shirt or 2 or 3 or more, help get those people to where the people that want to actually buy these things, help them, help this campaign fund, and those shirts will be printed. Everything that we raise from that, every single dollar that we will get from this campaign, will go to upgrade audio equipment so we can sound better. and also to buy things to give away to listeners. I mean, listeners are the people that are be helping get these shirts. And when you're out wearing a shirt, if 30 people see you wearing that shirt, that's if you can get 2 or 3 people out of those 30 to tune into the show and grow this listenership, and we'll do campaigns for shirts from time to time of different styles, so maybe different colors or different logos or different sayings on the back. I was kind of thinking about this a little bit yesterday, maybe doing every 3 or 4 months doing something like this.
Hmm.
We'll have kind of like a series, and like baseball cards, collect them all kind of thing, Pokemon.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Kevin.
Yeah, once in a while I can come up with something pretty good.
Yeah. Well, don't tap yourself out because you're
I
only
know. Can't spend.
allotted a certain amount
Yeah.
for the
It's
year.
early in the calendar year, so
Yeah.
I'm only got so many things to use in a year.
So thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Now tell me what your thoughts are about the news of the week.
All right. So Microsoft is kind of they're really in the news, and I mean, I know this is not the MS Mobile Show, cheap plug. Everybody check out the MS Mobile Show. But they're doing a lot of announcements over in, I don't, Sichuan, China?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where they're at. And they announced late last night, and Richard Devine, who is in London, he was tweeting very late last night. It was like 10 Central here, and I started seeing him tweet this stuff out. I'm like, dude, are you a vampire or something?
I know, I know.
Shouldn't you be asleep because you're like 5 hours ahead of us? But no, Microsoft announced that Windows 10 will be launching this summer in 190 countries and 111 languages. Now, according to the blog entry from Microsoft on blogs.windows.com, they don't really say if this is the RTM, released to manufacturers for device makers, or if this is actually going to be the, hey, retail for everybody kind of thing. So hopefully it is for everybody
Mm-hmm.
and not just the RTM. But obviously summer goes until September, so it can be any time from June until September, which makes sense because you're getting ready for back to school in July and August.
Mm-hmm.
So you obviously want new machines going out with your latest and greatest operating system on those machines. And another little thing to kind of piggyback on this story is that Microsoft also announced, and this is like a first for for the world of piracy, that even if you're running like a pirated version of Windows 7, you're going to get this
Yeah.
upgrade. It's
Right.
like, what? So that kind of threw me off a little bit. So it's kind of interesting stuff, and
They're desperate to get people to. I mean,
I mean it's
but I
coming
get
free
it.
already for anybody, so
Yeah, might
might
as
as well
well.
be free for
Yeah,
them too. So
yeah,
I don't
sure,
know.
sure. But they're gonna know. I mean, come on. There's
Yeah.
Microsoft is. I mean, they know. They know. They're just like Google or any other big company. I mean, they know who you are.
All right.
I mean, so if you're willing to, go legit, so to speak, then rock on. They're not gonna shun you away for that. So at
No,
least I don't think they are.
no, I wouldn't think so.
All right, well, that's really cool. I think this is super exciting, and I think more of this we'll talk maybe during the show a little bit more about Windows 10 just in general. But I'm super stoked about it. I couldn't be happier. Running Windows 10 right now on a Windows 7 machine is really nice. I can only imagine how much better it's going to be when it finally releases the RTM or whatever, but I'm super stoked about it. Okay, Apple may launch their own internet TV service when negotiations broke down with the broadband giant Comcast. Apple is definitely not the first company to try this. Sling TV is currently receiving high praise over the service they now provide for an online TV type of service. I am excited about the future of this. However, we are not there yet because there seems to always be some caveat to the offering. Exclusives and whatnot, the day the true a la carte TV service comes to the consumer will be a phenomenal day indeed. In looking at the current way to consume TV, it's interesting to me just because of how many people are really close to paying what they would have been paying if they would have just stuck with cables. subscription offerings. Because you talk to some people, Kevin, who have say Uverse or something of that nature. And Charter in this area, or Verizon, Fios, or whatever the case may be is, and then you start talking to somebody, and they're like, yeah, I got Hulu, I got Netflix, got Amazon Prime, and then you start adding that stuff up, and you're like, for just a couple more bucks. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a huge difference in people and their habits and all this other kind of stuff. But if you start adding all that stuff up, you're just like, you're coming dangerously close to just having a cable subscription anyway. So so what's your thoughts on Apple going ahead and going into this market? Do you think it's doubling down on this idea of Apple TVs, with that price point of $69.99 and being in the home and stuff like that?
I think so because just once they did drop that price by $30, I think it helped push a lot of people over the edge to say go ahead and buy one. And actually, I'm thinking about grabbing one just to experience it, just to kind of see what the fuss has been all about with it. Because I mean, I've got the Amazon Fire TV, I've got the Chromecast and stuff. And a friend of ours that she's unfortunately in the hospital, pregnant with twins right now. I was trying to get a Chromecast set up working in her hospital room, but it wouldn't connect with the hospital's Wi-Fi and stuff like that, even though it was an open Wi-Fi. And maybe it wouldn't have been a good idea anyway, but either way, it just was not going to work. And she was talking about, well, should I get an Apple TV or, I mean, they've got an iPad and stuff like that, but they also have a Roku box. So and I said, well, I mean, they did drop it, $30, so it's a pretty good buy, I think overall. Whether or not they're gonna, I mean, if they'll actually do this TV service, I mean, Sling TV is very popular, and it seems like there's a lot of demand for it because believe Ed Bott was talking the other day about trying to get something going, and we needed to contact customer service, and they said that due to high demand or whatever, and having trouble
Right.
getting hold of them, that they would get back to them. I'm like, oh, okay, but
I think people totally use their station for that, and that's fine or whatever. But like, that because I mean he's been doing this forever. If he says something on Twitter, I mean or wherever, somebody's going to be like, crap, we need to get back to this guy like immediately, or he's going to be talking about how bad this thing is for a very long time, like
right.
Kevin and his experience with Motorola. No,
Yeah, that's okay. I still like Motorola. I just don't
no, no,
like
no. Yeah, I
dealing
know.
with
Yeah,
calling in
yeah, yeah,
to Motorola because God, their
yeah.
customer
Couple
support is
hours. Yeah, a couple hours there.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah. If you find yourself needing to call Motorola, just I don't know,
Grab a stress, one of those stress.
stress balls or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Something.
balls, but I've been there's these figurines that you can get, like, and their eyes pop out. I'm always a big
Oh
fan of
yeah.
that. It's like, yeah. I have anger issues. Anyways,
It happens.
so you're up, Kevin.
Yeah. So as Raul kindly mentioned in the chat room about HTC, yes, here it is. We're talking about HTC. So HTC is actually having a conference or kind of an announcement going on like right now, but some of the early
Are they?
news kind of already leaked out about their uh-oh plan, kind of like what they did last year with the HTC One M8. This time around with the M9, owners, now this is all free of charge for the first 12 months after you purchase a new HTC One M9, you will get this new uh-oh plan covers smashed screens, water damage. If you change carriers, if you go from Sprint to T-Mobile or T-Mobile to AT&T or any combination there, or you can get $100 towards a future HTC One phone. Now I'm just pulling this from Android Central as well. It's really interesting that if you do this, that you can, if you change carriers, you will be able to swap out, simply exchange your phone and go on about your business, and like nothing ever really happened. Looking at the official press release, Innovative program covers cracked screen, water damage for 12 months, or provides $100 off the next HTC One. HTC Uh-Oh protection provides consumers who damage their new HTC One M9 with untimely fall into the pavement or into a toilet with a free phone replacement within 12 months of purchase. Consumers who do not take advantage of Uh-Oh protection within the first 12 months will receive $100 towards the purchase of a future HTC One. So if you do not have to use it, they're going to give you $100 towards the purchase of a new HTC One device. With
So
the Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, I was just gonna say, Kevin and I talked about this last year at this time on the STL Tech Talk show when we were doing that. By the way, what's happened to that? No. We talked about this last year, and I asked him, I was like, what's the difference between like their offering when the HTC One came out last year or whatever? So this is really cool. I mean, I think HTC is doing a lot of stuff, because I kind of feel like, and I think they feel like they're kind of cornered right now, and they need to come out swinging. And I think these are a lot of really neat things.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to do something to help set themselves apart if for some reason they can't do it with just hardware. I mean, even though HTC devices are beautiful and just built very well, for some reason they're just not resonating with the general public into purchasing more.
Yeah. Whenever you're done, though, let me know because I mean, Rawls already said it in the chat, but I just was checking out something.
Yeah, go ahead.
HTC One M9 release date is set for April 10th. Some people are saying that there's some possibly some Carrier 2 exclusive. I really hope that's not the case. I think HTC One with their dot view case and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, I think that's really neat. But we'll see. We're gonna see what happens. Brad sent me a link for these thermal images of like the phones and how hot. When the M8, like a lot of people are saying that the M8 like gets like really hot in their hands.
Mhm.
And the M9 is no exception. So I'm a little concerned about that, to be
Well, I
quite
mean,
honest.
there's really no ways of ventilation other than like the speaker ports,
Well,
if you
yeah,
think
but I
about it.
mean, put up against other phones. I
Mhm.
mean, with similar internals. So that's kind of concerning to me a little bit.
It's just kind of the era that we live in. Everybody wanting to go with these, metallic devices, designs and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah. Kind of gives a little bit of, I think, the possibility of like a Surface phone, with the grate thing that goes around the outside
yeah,
of the Surface Pro line. Um,
yeah,
I don't know. That'd be kind of
kind of
cool.
like a heat sink in a way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It makes sense. But sorry, I didn't mean to take away from because I mean I think what you're talking about with the HTC deal is important.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal.
Yeah.
So tell us about Google and this Firefox story you got.
Yeah, so I don't have any particular link, but several different news outlets carried this story, so I'm not going to be changing anything. But I think Google themselves were talking about it. But Google continues its quest to win back the default search engine from Mozilla Firefox browser. This is crazy interesting to me because I had no idea until recently how many people actually use Firefox. Not just Firefox on their desktop or on their PC or whatever or tablet, but they absolutely use Firefox for their mobile browsing experience. And this is I was just I'm kind of blown away by how many people use it. Kevin and I talked about on a recent show, and Kevin and I have talked about this offline. I've I've moved to just using Firefox only all the time now for all my browsing needs, and I've been really really happy with it. I mean, like really happy with it, but I didn't know how many people were actually doing the same thing. So it's crazy, but Google's actually saying, can you please turn the default engine in Firefox back to Google instead of Yahoo, because we would really appreciate that. I didn't know that I mean, this is kind of crazy, right? I mean, just I don't know. This is crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that if you upgrade to some of the last couple versions of Firefox and you don't realize it, but your default search engine is gonna change to Yahoo, and if you're not paying attention and you're wanting to use Google's search engine, you're not able to do that unless you're specifically telling it to do that. And as Vernon has talked about on MS Mobile shows of the advantage of using the Bing search engine, with
Right.
this whole
Right.
rewards program and stuff like that that you can accumulate. And I'm almost thinking about starting to use Bing for, my search uses just because why not? If you're going to be doing searches, which I don't really do a whole bunch of searches, but you might as well try to accumulate some little $5 gift cards or something like that. Get paid to search. So,
Absolutely. I mean, Google they don't really give you incentives, do they? I mean, they
no.
give you good results because that's
Yeah.
what they do. But their competition, like Firefox, Yahoo, Bing, and all that other kind of stuff, is providing you incentives, right? So Bing's cool because they got the Bing rewards. Firefox, they have their own little thingy or whatever, but I don't know. So Rawls,
Well, the
Rawl, you're the reason why I say that is you're on the same wavelength as us, brother man. I mean, you're
exactly.
just we have these stories where they're locked, they're in the chamber. We're getting ready to pull the trigger. So let's move on. Kevin, why don't you tell us your next story, please, sir?
All right. So, again, here I am back on Microsoft. Now, this is kind of interesting. It comes from TechCrunch that they're reporting that Microsoft is developing software that will convert Android phones to Windows 10. So, a little bit about this
Yeah,
is that near
that's
the end of their
interesting.
announcement, the Redmond-based company casually revealed that it is testing Windows 10 with quote-unquote power users of Xiaomi's, which that's Xiaomi, their flagship Mi 4 Android smartphone. The initiative, which Xiaomi stressed is not a partnership but merely assistance with the trial, is
Hmm.
an interesting one because it again shows Microsoft's new platform agnostic approach. And neither Microsoft nor Xiaomi provided specific details of the Windows 10 software being trialed, but TechCrunch understands from sources that it effectively overrides Android, turning the Xiaomi phone into a Windows 10 device, complete with Microsoft services, which, of course, the company hopes will dazzle Android owners into making the switch. So, kind of interesting whether or not that'll actually happen, and whether you'll be able to see this Xiaomi phone in the United States without necessarily having to import it.
That's weird to me. Do you think that Microsoft will make their own launcher one day, like on Android?
You
That's
know, I
possible.
if they stop doing Windows Phone as a platform themselves, I don't see why they wouldn't.
No, 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 no. Not stop doing that. No, I just mean because you've got. I mean, there's just a bunch of different launchers you can do on Android. Honestly, Android you can set up on an Android device because I have the Nexus 5 now. You can set up Bing as the default search engine. You can have Bing rewards on there. You can have when you swipe up from the bottom, you can set Bing as the default search engine. You can add all of Microsoft stuff to an Android phone, and it's literally almost the same thing as a Windows device. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
Hmm.
So if you had a launcher that just turned all that stuff into just a Windows-looking thing,
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be kind of cool. I mean, I'm not saying they should do that to kill off their Windows Phone stuff because that's not going to happen. But I think that they should at least try it as a way to show people on their current device, like, hey, if you were to go Windows Phone, this is what it would look like, and it really wouldn't be all that bad. You know,
Right.
right?
Because I've tried. I mean, there are themes available for like Nova Launcher or
Mm-hmm.
some of those
Right.
where you
Right.
can make it look like a Windows Phone. And I've tried it, and it's like this is kind of a terrible experience. And
Right. Yeah.
if Microsoft themselves actually brought
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Right.
over, I
Right.
think that would be really cool, and I probably would actually install that.
Yeah, and I think we should be on the lookout for launchers if Microsoft does pick up a launching a company that makes launchers for Android. If they do that, I would bet almost anything which I don't have anything to bet, but this theoretically, I would bet almost anything that they would in fact be working on a launcher for,
Right.
you know, a Microsoft experience, you know.
I mean, the way they like to surprise people, who knows what they've got working on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Really,
Well, and if they're working on this with Zomi right now, or however you say that, and you know, I'm from the Midwest. I don't know
yeah,
crap
we already
about it.
had trouble with anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. You know, I don't know why we catch so much stuff.
We just.
We actually had to go to the dictionary.com and have it pronounce the word for us, so we knew for sure how to
Uh-huh.
say it.
Uh-huh.
So,
Um. Anyways, so yeah. Now that we've went off on a complete tangent, goodbye Internet Explorer. Hello something. Haha. Well, Microsoft is saying that their internet browser that is currently in two different forms on Windows 8.1 update for modern IE and desktop IE. That's when I say IE, I mean Internet Explorer. Will no longer be the browser of choice for Microsoft going forward. There's a new operating system, a Windows 10. It's going to be a new browser. The Currently its code name is Project Spartan. I really wish they would keep that, but you know, whatever. I am really excited to see what we are going to get with the new browser, and hope it comes to all platforms as Cortana. That would be amazing. Also, how crazy was it that on Monday's MS Mobile show we talked about Iris and infrared scanners for a phone to unlock your phone, and now they came out with Hello for Windows 10, where it's going to be using infrared to unlock and, you know, for security and safety. Yeah, that's right. I was wrong. Big surprise.
yeah.
Well, now Microsoft will allow you to say hello to your PC and for safety and security. Man, this is crazy stuff, but it's super cool. So I have two stories rolled up into one here. One to kind of poke myself a little bit because, you know, in the eye a little bit just with my finger. Because, yes, I messed up and I said, oh, this would be stupid. Oh, look at me. And then I just said, oh, look at me. I'm stupid, you know, but whatever. So the new IE browser, I hope is cool. I hope they go with the Edge name, and I hope they just stick with Edge, not Internet Edge or not Explorer Edge or whatever. I think this should be called Edge or the Edge. That would be cool. And then the security stuff. Windows Central actually has a really cool thing about the Hello application deal that allows you to use your face, your eyes, fingers, or whatever the case may be, is to sign into your device, and it's super secure, and it's just they just do a really good job. So, Kevin, what do you have to say about this cool story?
Well, I know on the MS Mobile show that you and Richard Devine had a really great discussion about the whole retina. I mean, and Richard was kind of like not necessarily demonstrating, but he was, you know, talking and explaining a little bit how this would work, and you know, basically the fact that it will possibly take longer than just simply swiping up and entering in a PIN code if you've got your device locked or something like that. It's like, you know, it's really neat that they're doing this, but you know, if you're not somebody that loses your phone or something like that on a regular basis, kind of takes longer to do.
Right.
But I mean, any additional security function, if it's there, is, I guess, a good one.
Well, no, I mean, when we think about, you know, if so the idea here behind this is instead of putting your passwords in
Hmm.
to log into your email, to log into applications, to log into your browser, to log into Facebook, to log into it stores that stuff in the Hello application essentially. So you just have to open it the one time, and then you're good to go. I mean,
Right.
that's kind of the idea that I got.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how
My
this
chat room, I tell you.
does work. Oh,
Yeah.
Daryl.
Yeah, he's something else. Okay, so that was the stories there. Very interesting stuff. We don't know a whole lot about it right now as far as like where they're going with this for consumer related stuff, but we do know that this is super important to the business market, which is the ones who pay for this stuff, so that we can have it in the consumer side.
Right.
So we get that. We totally get that. Kevin, tell us a little bit more about Facebook. Blech.
Yeah, so I know there's been a lot of discussion here amongst the team about Facebook Messenger and stuff like that, and hey, let's move our messaging, universal messaging, over to Skype and stuff. So we've kind of done that. But now Facebook has announced, as of yesterday, that they're going to let you send money to friends via Facebook Messenger,
Hmm.
and they kind of show off what it's going to look like on. They show off iPhone, obviously, because it's an iOS world. To send money, you will start a message with a friend. You will tap the money icon, where you see the little letters or picture or sticker buttons. There'll soon be like a dollar sign symbol there, and enter in the amount that you want to send. Tap pay in the top right, and your debit card will send the money. To receive money, you will open up a conversation from your friend, tap add card in the message, and add your debit card to accept money for the first time. And this money, according to Facebook, you send is transferred right away. It may take 1 to 3 business days to make the money available to you, depending on your bank, just as it does with other deposits. So, according to the iMore story, code for this potential feature was discovered back in October of 2014. So it's kind of hasn't been a complete secret, but now that Facebook has officially came out and explained what they are doing, I think it's interesting. It's another way. It's similar to you can send money to friends via Google, through Gmail.
Hmm.
It's kind of a very similar function here, and it's just easier to send. In fact, I think you can even send money via Snapchat. So I think we've discussed that in prior episodes as well. So it's just another way to send your friends and send your friends money and receive money.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, talking about speaking of money, I don't know. That's a good transition. I'm gonna add a story here real quick,
Uh-oh.
because we're all wanted this in here. So I didn't know this, but Android Authority is saying that in talks with someone here, there's a bunch of different stuff going on, but one of the biggest things is the fact that mobile payments are actually already more secure than credit cards is lost on most people. Huh? That's crazy. Excuse me, my voice um, is going out. I'm having some trouble today, guys. Sorry about this. But long story short of it is, yeah, when you shop, so when people shop now, uh, how many graphs have you seen, Kevin, of people moving to the uh, of companies moving to the mobile, the mobile experience this, the mobile experience that, the everything mobile, mobile, mobile. Now we're finally starting to see that, you know,
Hmm.
um, and that's what's kind of insane a little
Yeah.
bit, is we're finally starting to see mobile come into a big way for shopping on your smartphone. The one little thing is Amazon still isn't, in my opinion, quite there with their mobile experience, but man, they're getting close to like making it just as user friendly as the website, for the desktop, like in a browser.
Hmm.
So this is going to change the paradigm and what we think about when we're buying this stuff.
Yeah. It,
It's
I do love being out in a store and simply opening up, my smartphone and the Amazon app and scanning a barcode on an item I see on a store shelf just to see what the price is on Amazon, and
Mhm.
then I'll make the decisions like, if this item in the store is 49.99 and scan it on Amazon and it's like 48.99 or 47.99, I might sit and say, you know what, I will then depend if I need the device like soon, or
Mhm.
if I consider and say, I can wait 2 days, I'm good. Because currently here in the state of Missouri, we don't have to pay taxes because we don't have, shipping warehouses and stuff in the state. But
Mhm.
more and more states are adopting this where Amazon has to charge, sales tax and stuff like that. And being a Prime customer, I don't have to pay for the 2 day shipping. That's free. So it's really a lot cheaper for me to buy on Amazon than it is in a local store. But obviously that takes away sales tax revenue from the community and the stores and the
Yeah,
state and
it's
all that.
tough. Yeah.
Tough decision, fine line. Just got to do what's best for Yourself, you know what your budget is.
Right. OMFG, no Nintendo, Kevin, finally, now just finally, is going to make some mobile friggin' games. Holy cow!
Yep.
How cool is this, man? We've been talking about this for a long time. I don't know how long, but a very long time. It feels like a long time. What do you think? What
It's been it has been quite a while.
Nintendo is making smartphone games with Japanese mobile giant D, and that's spelled D lowercase e and then capital N-A, D-N-A. Um, so only new original games optimized for smart device functionality will be created. But come on, we all know you're gonna bring Mario to my phone, like the legit version. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
not the ROM and the emulators.
Yeah. How awesome is this?
It is. It's a big move, and it's funny that they're partnering with DNA because DNA is also who does the Transformer Battle Tactics game that I've been
Right.
playing. So, but
Right.
they do some quality work over there at that
They
developing
really
company.
do. Yeah. They really, really do. Um, I'm super stoked about this. And like I said, we've talked about this a lot, and I'm really excited about it.
And also with this announcement as well, because this all came out like yesterday, I think.
Well, yeah.
Nintendo started releasing information on another console, a new gaming console that they're going to be working on. So, for
Yeah,
those of you with the
cleverly named the NX.
yeah, so it's like, gosh, I haven't even gotten a Wii U yet to experience some of the latest Mario and classic games that just love the next in the series.
You know, I mean, I really would. I'd like to play, Metroid. I'd like to play Mario. I'd like to. Oh man, there's just so many games that I'd like to play that are just going to be so awesome.
Hmm.
When they come out. That's my stories, Kevin. Any more you want to add?
No, I think that's pretty much all I've got for today as well. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that's been popping
Well,
through.
one thing that I just saw, Raul in the chat room, he was talking about League of Legends is coming to Windows 10. That's hot, obviously, because that's a huge game.
Mhm.
Um, so that's cool. I wrote a piece a while ago, Kevin. I don't know if you caught this, where a reporter and a tech journalist was talking about how League of Legends is, kind of a good place to look at how the internet isn't full of mean people. Um, how some people are getting weeded out, so to speak, and who are racist and all this other kind of stuff and sexist and all this other. I like that.
Hmm.
I like that people aren't using derogatory terms as much. Like using the LGBT community as a derogatory thing. I like that sort of stuff. I like us getting better as people. So I don't know. That's cool. But yeah, it is coming to Windows 10. Man, Windows 10 is going to be really cool when it drops. I just, there's so much positive vibe that's coming from it. And for all those people who don't like the icons, you know what? Just shut up. They'll get better. All right? Come
Hopefully.
on. Yeah, I think they'll get better. I mean, I think Microsoft's idea of why are we baking so much stuff into the operating system? Why don't we just deliver all this stuff as apps so that we can just update it? It just
Mhm.
makes sense. So let's go ahead and go on to our applications entertainment picks of the week, which is still a barren wasteland for Kevin.
It's okay.
um, you
I've
got
got one
some,
I'm going to
you
talk
got
about.
you got something in your crossbow. You got an arrow in your quiver. Chess Fusion Free for Windows Phone is so much fun, and it's so visually appealing. In fact, actually, I don't know if it's on Android or not. I'll go ahead and take a quick look. I got Google Play Store. This is ridiculous. So, anyways, I recommend this game for anybody who is interested in whoever's interested in playing chess in a very you know who wants to have a neat, graphical experience. Because chess can be very boring, if you're looking at it from, just the basic. But whoever designed this game just did a phenomenal job. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and look here. Chess.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you first showed it to me a few weeks ago, and it is a very nice looking game
It
for
is.
a
Yeah,
different
yeah. No, it's
platform.
so it is on Android, and I gotta say, man, it's freaking gorgeous. I'm gonna download it right now.
Yeah, it
Um,
is. It is nice. Is I mean, it's like you said, isn't it free as
yeah,
well? I
it's
believe.
yeah, it's in the name, Chess Fusion free.
Chess Fusion free.
But it's really cool because you can change your vantage point of the board, and you can choose from different boards. And one of them is like this, like it's marble. It's all classy. I'm not a big fan of that because I'm down and dirty. But so I
Well,
go with the one that looks like I'm playing it on a pirate ship. You know, it's kind of like made of wood. It's kind of like more of a porous look to it. It's just really, they just did a really good job. I know I'm geeking out about a chess game,
yeah.
but if you're listening to the show and you didn't expect to be geeked out a little bit with the nerd stuff, then I'm not sure why you're here. But
Yeah.
go ahead, Kevin. You're
Now,
up.
do you remember Chess Master on
I've
PC?
I heard about it.
I mean,
Yeah, but
it
I
was
never
a
play. I never played it on the PC. No.
yeah, 'cause I mean, it was a great chess series that was
Was it?
on PC back, quote unquote, back in the day, as people like to always say.
God, this
But
is
no,
really
it
what.
was a really great series that you could change the board and uh, piece design as well, and believe you could play around people around the world and stuff. I was like, yeah, it's always good
Why does this game need to know full network access, view network connections?
because if you want to play with people around the world, it's got to know if you're hooked to a network or not.
What about read phone status and identity?
Needs to know if you're on a phone call or
All right, fine.
it's okay.
Okay. If
Take the
Kevin says it's okay, then I will.
take the aluminum hat
Yeah,
off.
I'll take my aluminum hat off. You make fun of me, but one day, Kevin. One day.
Yeah, one day, one day, one day.
All right, you're up.
So, as we kind of talked about a little bit earlier with the Firefox story, I'm going to talk a little bit about Bing rewards. Looking through here, you've got if you go to bing.com/rewards, you can access a dashboard, or if you have not already set up an account, you can look at it, set up an account, look at your dashboard to see how many credits, quote unquote, that you have, your status. You can earn silver status and earn 50 bonus credits by achieving that status. If you build a March Madness bracket before March 19th, which is tomorrow, you can earn 2 bonus credits. Other things you can do, every day ways for March bonus, you can do 75 monthly searches for a 10 credit offer with a daily limit. So obviously you can only do like 2 or 3 searches a day,
Hmm.
not just go out and do a whole bunch of random searches in 1 or 2 days. When
Hmm.
you invite friends, you can get 100 credits. But some of the ways that you can redeem these specific credits over here is you can enter in sweepstakes. Like, for example, 40 credits will get you 10 sweepstakes entries for a chance to win a new Microsoft band. If you have reached the gold status, it only costs you 35 credits. You can get $10 off at the online Microsoft store for 1,000 credits. Target, Amazon, you've got $5 gift cards you can get for 525 credits.
Nice.
Even Applebee's digital gift cards, so
Hmm.
$5 off there, same price. 525 credits. Burger King's there. Domino's, Fandango, so you can get gift cards to go see movies and stuff like that. GameStop. You get a Hulu Plus 1 month subscription for only 450 credits, which is actually pretty good because I believe that's like a $10 a month service. So that's a better value than the $5 gift card. Get a
Nice.
$10 iTunes code for $1,000. So yeah, there's a lot of great rewards you can get from that just by simply using Bing as your search engine. So if you spend a lot of time doing a lot of random searches, you can just do a whole bunch of stuff.
Nice. I
But
like it.
that's what I got right there.
And that's what we got. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a bonus show today, aren't we?
Yeah, if people would like to stick around, um, we will probably end this video and kind of just do some random discussion since I will be in Lincoln, Nebraska this Friday and not available to do a live recording. We'll just go ahead and record some random technology talk for episode 47. So,
Cool. Well, guys, thank you again. Chat room, a lot of fun. I'm glad you liked the chess game. Obviously, being with George is great. Thank you for participating for the news. Hopefully, you gained something from the show. If anything, just looking at Kevin's gorgeous face there, and oh wow, I don't know why I just coughed there. That was
I
really
don't know.
a little gag reflex. All right, so. No, but we really appreciate it. Again, check out all of our other stuff, the MS Mobile Show. We have the Tech Informist here. We've also got Codecast by STL Tech Talk, and we have stltechtalk.com. So visit all that stuff. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys. And Kevin, take us home.
Yeah, I mean, just everybody, follow us on all the different social media spaces and send us, your comments, your feedback, suggestions, stuff like that. We'd love to hear more from you. Make sure to go visit our Teespring campaign. Get a shirt, get two, get three, whatever. Just any help will be much appreciated. So we definitely do thank everybody that has already got on board with that. We're working towards our goal. We've got about 19 or 20 days left in this. I believe it finishes on April the 5th. So make sure to get your order in as soon as possible, and they will ship them out to you as soon as they are done printing. So that pretty much does it. And you can find me on Twitter at Kevin Arvell. You can find JJ on Twitter as well at JJ Hammond Music. So until next time, consider yourself informed. We're out.